Good morning and welcome to a new episode of the Check-In, which is a little segment of the Framework podcast where we go and get all nosy with one of the frameworkers that are now left at home, like pretty much everyone else. Today with us we have Ash Newman. How are you, man?
I'm good, Nico. Thanks for calling. How are you doing today?
Good. It's sunny. It's nice. I think today's a good day.
Yeah, it's sunny. I've just been at Ringwood Lake Park, went for a walk with my daughter, and we ate Subway outside, and it felt normal, man. It felt normal, and it was nice.
I know. And it's funny how the little things are now the ones that are making your day. So like having a sandwich outside is just like, wow, that was a good day. Calendar, like you tick it with the red marker as a good one, you know? It's small things. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. But last weekend sucked. Not gonna lie. Just the weather, man. Not being able to get out. I just feel like I hit a wall, man. Like I'm getting over this, dude. To be honest, but look, it has its good, it has its bad. But last weekend sucked. Like I was just stuck at home basically the entire weekend. The kids were getting a bit crazy. Nothing to do. All I got to look forward to is like, what am I eating for my next meal? That's about it, dude.
I was reading these statistics that came out from Uber Eats and Deliveroo and all this, and they were showing what are the meals that get, ordered most frequently. So the whole industry had like about a 600% increase, the delivery and all of that. But the meals that were getting most consumed are fish and chips and I don't remember, I think it's like a roast or burgers. But anyways, the point was that they've seen that the average time people order dinner in decreased by an hour. So I think like you're not the only one that is just kind of going like still stuffing his face and going like, well, the next thing I can look forward to is dinner, I guess.
Yeah.
Next meal.
I'm like, well, I have been ordering it earlier. I've been ordering it all earlier because then I can get the food in my stomach so I can start drinking an hour earlier.
Yeah. Well, strategy. Strategy is key in this situation.
So it's definitely been quite a bit of drinking too. I'm usually drinking like Friday, Saturday night anyway, but like now it's like, well, I really got nothing to do the next day, so I'm a bit like hungover, whatever. So both the wife and I have been drinking a bit more than normal.
I think everyone has. Like, we have a McCoppins, like a bottle on next door, and they keep on telling us, like, we've never made so much money. Like, I know that everyone's miserable, but like, we are hiring. Like, that's how many people are coming to buy drinks all the time.
Yeah, I'm trying not to, because I was trying to like not drink too much on like a weeknight, if not drink on a weeknight at all before all of this. But
yeah,
like to be honest, like when you're working at home and there's not a clear like shut off time, nothing really says, hey, it's time to shut off a bit quicker.
Yeah.
And just whipping out a drink, man. So I'm trying not to fall into that habit, but like if I have had kind of a day where I felt like it's hard to switch off, which I've had quite a few of those. Just pulling out a drink definitely helps. One thing that I've been doing too on the weekends is basically I got a table here, and my wife, she's outside right now, but we work kind of facing each other.
Yeah.
And basically like right here is the kitchen. So there's not a door to this office area.
Yeah.
So getting like a big like black bed sheet and just throwing over all of the computer, actually covering the entirety of that table. And
closing the office.
Yeah, shut the office, because it makes me just shut off a little bit, because I got to walk past her all the time. And even though I'm not working, if I see my laptop, it's like my brain goes laptop, open this piece of work. And before I know it, like my mind's like made that connection to work. And it was just like, the last couple of weeks has been better because I've kind of changed in a different phase of the project that I was working on. But up to that point, dude, like I was not able to switch off. So I've been working with it's a startup, and they're looking to pivot their product. Like they work in, it's like unlisted equity and registries and businesses. They play in that space. But basically, I was interviewing like 20 different types of customers. So I was kind of locked up in a room upstairs, doing video calls like this, running these interviews, and just the amount of stuff of like information that's coming in and trying to synthesize this stuff and documenting it. There's just a lot going on in your head all the time, and not being able to come home or have like that train ride to really switch off. I could not switch off at all. Like it was getting like every morning waking up at like 3 a.m. and it's like instantly this problem's in my head. How do you solve for this problem? Trying to sort things in my head. And it was just hectic, man. Terrible for my anxiety and just being able to relax. And I was just taking heaps of St. John's wort and stuff to try and just get through it all. But I finally kind of closed off that phase, presented everything back, got to a good place with that client in terms of what we're trying to do next. And we're entering a second phase now. And I'm just like way more relaxed this time around and feeling a lot better about it, just because I think I've taken some of that pressure off right now.
Dude, I'm so glad to hear that. Like, I feel that the situation alone is difficult enough as it is. If you add like complex like work moments and all of this, like I can imagine like it will be pretty crushing. And as you said, like one of the problems that I felt everyone has been experiencing is the switch off, but there are some people that I talked to that already worked from home. So they were not, their life didn't change as much. But at the same time, I feel like there is more, I don't know if it's internal or social pressure to be productive. Like you're afraid of not being able to keep up. And so I feel like it's an ongoing engine within each of us going like, well, am I doing enough? And so that creates maybe even more of that pressure. So I felt like, for example, I've been working a little bit more with my housemates. We've been recording a video series and all this. And so it should be like fun work and all this. But I felt that I couldn't switch off from that, even though I was not actively working on it. Not because we were talking all the time, but because I felt the pressure of like, oh, it's like I'm sitting on the couch watching a movie after dinner, like, and the three of us are here, we should be working. I'm like, no, we shouldn't.
Yeah, where are your boundaries?
Yeah, like,
yeah, I mean,
complex.
I found it a little bit weird because, I mean, so like I don't freelance. Like I co-founded and work for a company in Sydney, which some people don't know. So I'm not out looking for work, but I had freelanced for like between 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Prior to this, so I'm
a thing or two.
I've done the work from home a lot, and I didn't like it at the end of it. I loved that freedom, but then I really realized how much I liked being in a team and in a workplace. But since moving from Sydney down to Melbourne, it has been really hard. Like I've been really lucky that I've bounced in a couple of co-working spaces that I really didn't like until I got to Framework and actually found community and people that want to know you and they're nice to be around. And larger co-working isn't always like that. It's quite, you kind of don't know a lot of people. Yeah. And people don't have the time for you as well because they're just big places. They're like libraries.
Yeah.
But it has been hard working in a lot of a remote sense with that team up in Sydney. A lot of the clients, it's remote work. So a lot of the kind of struggles that we're dealing with now, I've been kind of dealing with to some degree up to this point. So the minute that this happened, it basically, like, we mandated everyone in our company, 15 people to all start working from home. It's like the playing field got leveled a little bit. So everyone was kind of dealing with a lot of the challenges and the struggles that I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
And though it has been really hard at some points to as you said, like, you've been able to switch off, and that's actually it's been horrible for my anxiety and some of that stuff. But on the flip side of that, it's actually made the current way that we've been working with my company and my team and all of these, it's actually been like a whole lot better, because now every morning we're having video calls. Like, everyone is dealing with the same set of challenges. So
yeah,
I don't feel like I'm like at a disability right now, which is a weird thing. And it's like I've never been as close in the last year as I have been with everyone in that team, just because we're all kind of in the same boat right now. And that's kind of been the most interesting kind of flip side of this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I actually don't mind having my wife like at home. I was a bit worried to start with. And my daughter right there in the back too.
Hello.
It's been cool having that company around, but like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like we are starting to see a few cracks in the co-working space here. We had our first like co-working fight last Friday. And it's all over like each of us being too noisy when we're doing our calls and stuff.
Yeah.
And not being aware.
Yeah. It's like, it's stressful times for like everything. And And I love that you're talking about this with a big smile on your face, especially as your daughter like came by and she like just peeked and like, and it's great. I think like you have another set of challenges, which is like working from home with two kids, right?
Yeah, but one of them's well, I got Kaylin. She's 5, so
Hmm.
she's in her first year of school, but she's now being schooled at home. But Ryder, my 3-year-old, my crazy son, he's still in daycare, and daycare is free now, so that's
Okay.
kind of a bonus too.
Yeah, yeah.
If he was at home, there's no way. Like we're able to kind of just go about pretty much what we're doing now, and each of us do like an hour or so with her in the day, and
Yeah.
luckily she's quite good at learning. But if Ryder was here, it'd just be a different story. Like he's crazy. We wouldn't be able to work. We would have had to have taken, I don't know, dial off, or one of us work part time or something.
I can't wait for like 20 years in the future, him finding out this video and go like, Dad, why did you tell I was
Oh,
crazy?
he's crazy, man. It's like he's got OCD or something at such a little age. Like just really particular on something. Like it's got to be a blue plate which food's on, and it's not like, oh shit, I'm hungry. I'll wait a few minutes. He'll be like, no, like it's going to be a blue plate or I'm not eating and I'll die, and he'll just go mental for like the rest of the afternoon. But yeah, the schooling part has been pretty challenging too. Like I have no idea what's going on with this like thrash chart shit. I don't understand this stuff. I'm lucky my wife's dealing with that part of it. I've never even seen this stuff. It's like trying to teach my daughter like how to sound things out, but I don't understand this chart. So it's like, you spell out words, and then it just doesn't make any sense, and then I look like an idiot. So no,
Dude, this rings very close to home because Ben Knight, my housemate and the comedian that we all know and love from Framework, he used to be a primary school teacher, and most of his comedy is about teaching. And like he like made so much content and so many jokes about this thing, like how schooling became complex and very bureaucratical, and now having like most parents have to like for some extent of time have to homeschool kids. You kind of like your what you just said, it's something that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, kind of like I don't that's not like I don't get it, like how am I supposed to do this, how am I supposed to teach this way? Complex.
yeah. So I do kind of like some of her maths because it's not too hard because I'm like half Asian at least. I can do like some maths, and then I do her like PE. So I've been teaching her how to rollerblade, and I have been enjoying that. But
That's
it's hard. It's
sick.
it's hard, dude, because it's like you get into work, you're trying to do something, and then it's like, shit, I gotta just stop and then just sit here and read these weird curriculum and these dumb videos and stuff. And it's not like the schools, like they don't have a process for the stuff. You're just bombarded with tens of emails a day on like this and that, and go to this thing doesn't work, can't log into it. Oh, it's painful, man.
Yeah, well, like let's circle back to the rollerblading there for a second. Do you skate with that?
No, I need to get some because I mean I love rollerblading, man. Like I was a '90s kid, dude.
I
Like
can't.
rollerblading
I
was
want to
my
imagine the
life,
two
man.
of you like together, just
Yeah,
like dad and daughter, like teaching her how to rollerblade. That would be amazing. That's a
we've
picture I
we've
want to take.
we've gone ice skating together a couple of times. Like I got her from Canada, like the very very smallest ice skates you can get. But it's super hard to learn to ice skate. Like you're not gonna learn it by a couple of times. You need to grow up somewhere where there's like a frozen
Ice,
lake beside you, or like
exactly.
ice rinks and stuff. It's so hard to learn. But I would like to buy a pair of like inline hockey skates to play ice hockey, and I could play as well along with her. And she's got like a little stick that she's been skating around. It's so awesome, dude. Because man, like
That
straight
is
up, like rollerblading was my life, man. Like in the '90s, like I was like doing flips and jumping off rails and stuff. I used to get in so much trouble when I was a kid on rollerblades. It was like little kids, and my best friend Hamish used to stay over at night, and we'd just sneak out at like, gosh, I don't know, we're young, man. It's just like at midnight, and just go skating across the city and like smash people's mailboxes and just trash shit and just be real pieces of shit. But it was fun. It was freedom, man. Yeah, I don't think you could do that in this day and age, man.
nah, I don't think.
Too dangerous. Too dangerous, man.
Um, one thing that I've been asking pretty much everyone is is there something that you had to like develop, like a habit or something that you've implemented in your routine to cope with the situation that you kind of feel like, hey, I'm going to keep this once COVID is out the door?
Well, as I said, I've had to implement a lot in terms of remote work in the last year, but I think the best thing that we've been doing and that I found really helpful is that like every morning, just doing a group video chat with a team, and it's like, dude, I want to keep doing that when this is over, just to keep people closer together.
Yeah.
But in the reality, it's like 90% of everything I was doing in the last year has basically been remote work too. So the only difference is now it's kind of like I'm stuck at home.
Yeah.
In which I was also doing, I was going for a walk every day. And I thought that was great. But I don't know, Melbourne weather, man, it's just too shit. So I haven't been walking.
Yeah.
But this is where I think, like I honestly don't feel like there's been, other than not going into framework and being able to go for a swim at lunchtime, other than that, there's not that much that's really changed, because when you have kids, you're kind of stuck at home all the time anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that I'm enjoying it, because the few outings that you do normally have, it's like now you've been told you can't do it, so it's extra painful. But it's not like my life was like I was out gallivanting all the time, having some crazy amazing social life, and now I'm stuck at home. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm stuck at home now.
Yeah, like, well, it's not comparable, but I think it was the first week that I kind of like made a mental note, and I said like, I've spent more time at home this week, which means 24 hours a day, than in the last, I think, 6 months. Because
Wow.
I'm pretty much like, obviously I'm paraphrasing because I do sleep a few hours a night, but yeah, like I'm mostly like living in the morning and coming back once it's time to go to bed. Usually like that's my life. So like that for me was a gigantic shift, because then you're just like, what I'm going to do this afternoon? Well, let's try and change room. No, we can't. So it's kind of like but I don't know. I can't say that I'm getting used to it.
Yeah,
I
but
can't say that I'm not
you should
looking
be really
forward
grateful
to.
though that you do live with people, and I
Oh,
mean I see your Instagram. It's because they're doing like fitness classes together and filming stuff. Imagine if you're living on your own though, man. That'd be
oh, dude,
super depressing.
I'd be like literally walking on the walls covered in feces, just screaming. Like that would be me. I lived by myself for like about 9 months in Milan, in a small like 1 bedroom apartment, like a studio apartment, and I was going crazy. Like I would not like spend time at home ever, because I'm not a solitary person at all.
Yeah.
I need to charge up my batteries with people. So like I've been telling these three guys all the time like that I'm the most thankful person to be quarantined with them. But even in that situation, some of your best mates, creative people, two comedians, one photographer, Caitlin that works like HR, but is actually the funniest of all of us. And we want to like do fitness classes together and things and record and blah, blah, blah. And like after 2, 3, 4 weeks, it becomes kind of like, I love you and you're the best, but I need to take a break from you. Like
Yeah.
it's just, I just need one other person. Give me one very annoying person that I hate. I don't know. It doesn't have to be anyone specific. It's just
Yo,
like, give me
take my
change.
wife. No, my problem with my wife is she just gets a bit loud, because she's been cooped up for so long. When she gets a call or something from someone, she gets like super excited, and she refuses to use earphones because they don't fit in her ears properly. So she's always got her group calls on like full volume, and she's screeching, and then I'm on like a business call, and it's like, please. Hey,
Yeah.
Kaylin, do you want to come show a picture?
Yes, please.
She spends so much of her day drawing. It's awesome. Ah, this is Uncle Nico.
Hi. How are
Yeah, do
you?
you want to show the picture? Hold it up. What was this one? Some leaves we were doing today.
That's
We were
amazing.
going over.
That is awesome.
I like it. Where's his hair? Look, he's got no hair. Isn't that crazy?
I look like a thumb.
You like that? Do you want Daddy to have hair like that? No, but then I'd be extra handsome. Thank you, darling.
See you, Caitlin. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ah, man, she's the cutest.
Yeah, I'm heaps glad she's been so well behaved and like kind of gets the situation. And to be honest, she's been real easy to deal with. Made our lives a whole lot better.
I was speaking with Nick and Nick Parker, and he was telling me that one of the beautiful things is seeing how kids react to change. Like we all have our own like hardships and like, "Ah, I don't want to change this. I want to keep it this way." And like the situation like wants you to change that and stuff. And like kids react to change in a beautiful, like very natural way most of the time. They just go like, oh, this is how it is. Well, okay. They might have like
Yeah,
throw a tantrum here and there, but like at the same time, they kind of that's life. Whereas like we always look as like, well, I want my life to be like it was a month ago, or I want my life to be like I imagine it being a month from now. Whereas kids are more like grounded. They're like, oh, well, that's the thing today. Okay,
yeah,
I
in the
guess.
moment. Yeah, and that's what I find a bit hard. It's like I've been trying to do more meditation. Like I've tried all these apps and stuff, and I'm struggling with it. But I've been listening more into like philosophy of like Eckhart Tolle and Alan Watts, and trying to get. And I
Sick.
really have. I've had a couple of breakthroughs in terms of kind of some of my mental patterns of how, like, I'm never really in the current moment, and like when I'm stressing about things that haven't happened yet or may not happen, and I've been able to kind of observe that more, and it's become quite relevant now in this particular situation of the problem is that there's not really a whole lot that you can look forward to. It's like I can't look forward to going here next week or this happening on the weekend. And
Yeah.
and I'm needing to try and find ways to kind of just be happy with what's happening today. And I found like today I'm feel like happy just because the sun's out. And for me that's something kind of hard because I'm always kind of like looking to the future and trying to find something to kind of anchor to in the future to be happy about.
I'm with you. I'm with you. So much so that, and with this, we're gonna probably like say goodbye to each other. But one of the things that has been helping me so much is this little thing. I think you saw it on my Instagram. I spoke about it at some point. It's a gratitude jar where like I write things that I'm happy for, like that I'm grateful for and stuff. And they don't have to be like massive things. We beat COVID. No, it could be like if I might write in like Ash had a good day because it was sunny, but like it keeps it. I think it's a visual reminder of like how much stuff you can be happy about if you stick to the moment. Because I'm like you, I'm thinking 6 months ahead. I'm constantly like chasing like futures, Nico. I feels like
Yeah,
sometimes I forget that I am present, Nico. That it, like
yeah.
that one gets neglected because I'm just so focused in on like where do I want to get and how to get there, kind of thing. So yeah,
Mm.
maybe it's a learning time for
Yeah,
us, for
I'm
people
glad
like
you
us.
said that because I have been using a gratitude app where I'd been putting stuff in. And I have fallen off that a little bit of entering stuff in, but I did find it really helpful because you can kind of go back and go, oh yeah, life doesn't suck.
Very true. Thank you so much, man.
Cool, dude. Well,
It's
thanks for
been
checking in. Thanks for the dial, and thanks for everything you're doing at the community and keeping everyone together.
I just want everyone to like the moment we're allowed to be together again and just like hug the living hell out of each other. Oh, lost my English again there. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're a good bunch and I can't wait to see you all again.
Yeah. Well, take care, dude.
Same to you. Ciao,
See ya.
ciao. Bye.
Ciao.